Welcome back to Remember Me. So now we're in the sewer level. Joy,
Hey, they're not always that bad.
I guess. Anyway, what Tommy did us in the previous episode was giving the spammer this new upgrade that basically allows us to destroy some particular frail construction, which allows us to go through.
Oh Christ! I can't see anything.
Well, we're in a sewer, Greaves. What do you expect? Shiny, bright lights.
A bit of something. I can barely tell where I'm at.
Wow, you and Edge really threw the shit at the fan. The whole city's in a panic.
Yeah. Shit seems to be the word of the day.
Okay.
This thing, it kind of sounds like she's having a codec call.
That's because she was contacted by bad request via radio communication basically. Imagine like Pet Raider, one of those new things like those headphones that are wireless and are connected to your cell phone. So you receive a call, you click the button, but it looks like you're just talking to yourself. But yeah, basically, in this sewer level, for those who don't have forgot, basically we're supposed to search for Johnny Greenteeth. Who's Johnny Greenteeth? Apparently a leaper who can give us the access memory to how to get into the Bastille. And we need to get into the Bastille in order to retrieve Nilin's memory, and while at the same time free all the terrorists who are imprisoned there. And since it's a game made by French, you can imagine that the Bastille will be actually still really cruel, just like it was during the French Revolution. To give a bit of history context, since we don't know, during the French Revolution, the Bastille was used as a prison for a giant maximum security prison, kind of like Alcatraz, where people got tortured and basically mutilated on a daily basis.
And
it was very brutal.
Hey, at least she's found some friends, a bunch of dummies.
Again, this is a sewer level, so basically the unwanted, and it's not the violent defilement, but yeah, you get the idea. Alright, in this level, that water around you is an insta-kill. It's kind of like a bottomless pit, so you don't have to get there. But at the same time, you can also knock enemies down into there and insta-kill them. There we go, like that. Or like that, basically. I guess the dirt is too much for everyone here. Alright. Now to get on the other side you need to, get a ledge. Whee! Again, I was checking to see if there are any particular secrets or anything, because, again, while I platinumed this game, from my first run I forgot a lot of things while replaying it, so I wasn't sure. It's not a 100% run, but I still get the vast majority of set patches and focus boosts.
Sure.
Alright.
Okie dokie.
And there you go, we found a subway. Totally not a trap, I swear. Especially because, again, this area was supposed to be flooded. So the Leapers took advantage of it.
Was that a graffiti of ha 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 ha? Oh no, I am...
Kinda.
I am pain? What?
Hey, basically, remember the Leapers speak in the mentor language. So they speak nonsense.
For a moment there I thought she was entering into the Joker lair.
So yeah, let's move with a purpose and see what happens.
Oh, have pain. Am pain.
You just got me imagining, the Wachowskis writing a game like this.
We've already done that.
Moi and moi. Tram brain, tram pain.
Do you like my philosophy writing?
Do you like hurting other people? There you go, we found Johnny Greenteeth.
Correct.
It's correct.
Johnny Greenteeth?
Here's the problem. He's actually a very strong and dangerous leaper, so yeah, plan B, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Oh dear.
This is for your own good.
No thank you.
Yeah, no thanks.
And now the subway starts moving, despite the fact it was flooded up until like 5 minutes before. Okay,
Make your way up the wagons to the cabin. Look for the emergency brake control.
okay. Alright, now here, basically this is a small train mission. You need to knock the Reapers really fast and avoid that Johnny Greenteeth gets on your wagon. And before that you have to open the doors, basically. So
Right.
basically you need to do things fast and in time. There we go. Next one. There you go, see, when Johnny Greenteeth starts doing this, you need to close the door up before the time runs out. In order to do that, you need to sever the connection from one of the doors.
Oh.
There we go. Well, fuck. Alright, almost there. Come on. Come on.
Zap.
There we go. And now we can just take his memories like that. There we go. And get out. Well, too bad, but yeah, that's the thing. The wagon crashes on its own, so yay.
Hey, you stole my password. Well, game's over, guys. Oh.
Oh, okay.
One day that joke is gonna work out, and it turns out they really are dead.
Alright, Dwebs, get ready. She survives this.
Ding!
I think you might like Clock Tower, Dwebs.
Sorry, Shiri?
I said I think you might like Clock Tower.
What's Clock
Yeah.
Tower?
Basically,
It's a horror game.
Yeah, a survival horror game that it started as a point-and-click game, but then it kind of evolved a bit more, but still remained to its roots of very challenging and difficult.
And I mentioned
Focusing
it in
more
this
on
context
escaping
because
things.
the games can end at pretty much any time.
Okay.
What was that thing?
Probably a new mutation.
Depends on how much you
Maybe
fuck
an
up.
evolved species.
Okay.
His mind. It was like a bubbling sea of rage and suffering.
Get out of the metro. There's all kinds of things lurking down there.
Alright, now that we have a memory, we can just get out of here. Charming. Also, as a person, I'm pretty sure none of us has been in Paris, so I don't know how much accurate it is to the actual, Paris metro. But but I'm confident that they, knowing, knowing that. The
Well,
fact
they're
that,
French developers. If
they're French
anyone's gonna,
developers, so probably they knew what they.
I mean,
were
if
doing.
Dwebs, could you check where the developer is stationed at?
France.
Well, okay, but which city? Could you look that up?
we don't know probably. It's kind of like Ubisoft.
I'm looking.
There should be info on the wiki page.
Paris.
Oh, there you go. See, they live
There
in
you go.
Paris, so of all people, they should know this shit.
Well, it makes sense for them to do their first game.
That reminds me too.
I'm.
That reminds me too. I'm looking forward to Chapter 8 of Final Fantasy 15, where I'll be able to have you tell me if their portrayal of Venice is accurate.
Okay.
Like, okay, I've never been to Venice,
For
first,
what I see
okay.
in the trailer so far, it seems fine enough. But okay.
The only way,
We'll see.
okay. One thing I'll say about obviously I don't know if it applies to actual Venice, but I'll say this about fictional Venice. God damn it, you Venice people into your town with loads of complicated hallways that it's a pain to get to this. How do you?
Actually, yeah, that's kind of like that even in the real Venice.
Okay, Jesus Christ, how do you Italians get your side quests done?
Good question. You actually need maps to get around there.
They don't.
That's because the city, or basically, again, bit of history, might as well, this is its only combat right now. The city was built originally during Roman times as a series of wood houses on, I forgot the terms, basically, but basically those typical tribal houses that you see in a swamp or something. And then it just evolved from there. But yeah, basically what you can see now is that basically what were French quarters of Paris that were just previously flooded and now they're reduced like this. Anyway, now we're using Johnny Greenteeth's memory to see what happened and the street he took.
You hear that? You heard that, right?
Echo.
Freaking can of flux chamber. This is our last rotation. And we're flushing the slum. Okay?
Basically, before flooding the slums, the police hired by Memorize actually mined all the fields. So we also need Johnny's memory to avoid the mines. There you go. See? So now where? There we go.
La Bastille isn't too far from here.
Another, yeah, there you go. Another painting for one of the secrets, but I don't think I get it. This one. There we go.
People used to live here.
Outcasts. Miserable souls. All moved far away when they built the new La Bastille.
Basically, the French government didn't need this place anymore, so they just found it convenient to flood it to give basically a natural barrier to La Bastille, which makes sense in context.
I've seen this game being sold from my local shops.
Oh, I know it died.
Yeah, can't remember the exact price, but
You can find it both physical and digitally on the PlayStation Network, Xbox Live, and Steam. I took the digital version and I'm mostly fine with it.
hey,
Which digital version is this again?
The PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Well, again, if I have to recommend the best version, it's probably the Steam version.
Yeah.
Because they probably found a way to make it run 60 frames and everything.
Another 97 falls and you'll be there.
Yay!
Remembrane.
Yeah, that's the basically the memory. Okay.
It's starting to remind me a bit of Quantum Break.
oh, that's not a good. That's not a good thing.
Thankfully, the powers here are not situational.
Don't let go of me now.
Wow, it's something when just a small upstart first-time studio with maybe just slightly less than a AAA budget backing them up.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
You just need to know the sequence in order to disarm the bombs. There we go.
They can make a game where they manage to make the powers non-situational, and yet a big budget studio headed by a respected developer ends up making
Quantum Break.
Well, whatever Quantum Break was.
I'll wait. I'll answer you after this scene.
Yeah, now we get a new enemy type. One of the robots, like the one that chased Nilin at the very first
And then 209?
game for episodes.
Alt.
I am authorized to use Deadly Force.
Freeze.
Put down your weapons. You have 20 seconds to comply.
Basically, melee attacks don't work. You're forced to use the spammer. First, you need to basically attack its weak points on his arms, and then it will slowly rip. It will basically force him to do an attack that will help you rip them off of him. and after that you'll need to damage its core. Go ahead, Pedro.
Okay. Trust me, the whole small studio achieving something that a huge studio doesn't do, that happens all the time, more often than you think. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you have a terrible vision and lack of inspired ideas, your game is gonna suck, no matter how much money you have. I mean,
There we go.
Actually, I remember one specific thing, like when game trailers. Okay. I remember back in 2014 when game trailers gave Ni no Kuni their best RPG of 2014 award, and they actually finished that video by saying it's a game that the likes of Square, and yes, Dwebs, believe it or not, Square said this. It's the game that the likes of Square said couldn't be done in HD, and yet Level 5 schooled the JRPG giant their own game.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Speaking of Robo,
I'm surprised, Lips, you're not complaining about the music here.
Speaking of RoboCop, I have this weird thing where I'm essentially watching films in reverse chronological order. I watched the reboot first, and then just a few days ago I watched RoboCop 3. So at this point I may as well continue by doing 2 and then the first. I don't know how I did that, but there you go.
For this final attack, you need to time your dodges when he does that explosion, and I'm failing miserably, and after that doing a charge shot at the core.
Shoot the core!
There we go, now. And now a QT finisher, why not?
I mean, look at Undertale. That game was probably made with the budget of a ham sandwich, and it's regarded as one of the best games ever made. So.
Well, that was all done by one guy. Well, almost all of it was done by one guy, wasn't it?
Well,
It's my joke. Hence my joke.
To give context, Pedro, Mr. Pixel managed to do Cave Story without a budget on its own in 5 years.
Yeah. That's basically my argument. It happens all the time, Dwebs. Trust me, more often than you think.
no, I
Hold on,
said,
cutscene
you know,
first. Hold on,
Now, basically, now that's our way to the La Bastille. It's we will skip through that, but basically it's a more stinky sword tunnel. But thankfully we don't see it.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
sure I go.
No, basically quality, quantity, you know.
Hey guys, look, hey guys, I showed you that Doctor Who parrot spoof video where the Master keeps falling into the sewer pit. This is the sewer pit.
Notorious prison in Europe. Its patients have their memories confiscated when they check in. These memories are returned when they have served their sentence. Remember their previous lives.
So it's something that Harry
Hold
Potter
on,
did.
And now we're in the final dungeon of World of Final Fantasy.
No, remember, this is Nilin's inner thoughts.
I know. It's just that the overall look of the dungeon is very
It
familiar.
reminds me a bit more of Labyrinth's final sequence. And no, I'm not expecting David Bowie in his giant crotch to show up.
Aww.
No edge is sending me back to liberate my comrades and my confiscated memories. I have to admit, the prospect of returning there fills me with hope and dread in equal measure.
You can tell that by my tone.
My still
yeah.
tone.
Episode 4, let's see what pretentious title do we have here.
Panoptic
Icon.
What? What does that even mean?
That's from Ancient Greek, Libs. It's a long story.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the number one rule. That's the number 3 rule of pretentiousness. Borrow a Greek phrase or word or whatever. Just call it Alpha Omega Icon.
Well, it's my Father Portocalos said in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Almost all words actually derived from Ancient Greek.
Find out how to get them.
What, you watched that movie?
I actually did. There's a lot of common things with Italian culture. But anyway, we're in the Bastille now, more specifically the basement kind of it. We need to find the person who actually runs this place, which is called Madame. Basically French for the lady. She's basically your typical Cruella de Vil archetype, kinda.
Right.
She basically ruled the Bastille with an iron fist, and we need to get our memory from her and in the process free all the others.
I mean,
and now you expect me to waltz back
Hold on.
The errorist movement is counting on you, Nilin.
You must break into those servers and free their stolen memories. Free your memories. This is where we rise from the ashes and fight back.
Get it? Capcom game, rise from the ashes. Ha 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 ha. Kill me. And well, I actually got killed. By the
Oh no, the video glitched Watchdog style.
It's funny because this came out like what 1 or 2 years before the first Watch Dogs.
2 years.
Again,
Wait, the
don't
first Watch Dog was in 2015.
14.
Oh, well, when it's 2 years, this was not 1 year actually. This was in 2013.
Oh, was it? Okay then, 1 year then.
All right, use a focus boost to get another link to get our powers, which is always useful. So now basically this first time we need to go stealth and avoid the security droids.
Can you just shoot
Because-
the droid?
No, sadly no, because they're immune to the spammer. So now instead we have a section with more of those invisible leapers. So basically, again, you can remember you can use the deasing powers to not to basically have the most stunned at all at once, and actually, there you go, kill them. However, you can also shoot that turbine to get a small range of light where to kill them when they show up. Basically, it's not that terrible as far as the invisible leapers areas come up. Trust me, Dweebs, the more in the harder difficulties, the enemy has so much more health. So if you don't connect well your combos, you'll be in all these rounds for an eternity. And now let's see, we got a new present. Well, I forgot what I choose. Oh, I think the only one available. There we go. There we go. So I think now I have a complete combo. There we go. Almost ready. There we go, that's kind of like how 6-hit combo feels. There we go. And that jingle at the end means that the wave is finished. Again, Dweebs, listen to how the music performs during the battle to understand how it's going. Regardless of how stupid it may sound.
Destroyed by leapers. That must have been some battle.
I wouldn't stand a chance against one of those machines.
There's an idea. See if you can't recover the
So basically, now with this, we can actually, with this particular chip integrated with us, we can actually see the range cone of the drones. Of the security drones, so we can have a more clear idea on how to avoid them while doing the stealth sections. Are you guys still there?
Yeah, we're here.
Oh, sorry.
Oh wait, actually, hold on. I just noticed, but the Brits are muted. They've abandoned us.
I had to mute.
Dweebs bailed on us.
Basically, again, you need to take advantage now of corners and turns in order to avoid these droids. So now, basically, we are in the now we're in the proper basement of Bastille. We need to get one of those cells you have seen floating around like elevators to actually get on the upper floors.
All right.
What time of the year is this game set?
2000.
No, I meant what time? Like Christmas, summer?
Oh, I forgot. There were dates, but I forgot which one specifically.
Automated administration.
I'll need to check on myself later.
Well, since Paris is known as being a very romantic city, I'll declare that this game is set during Valentine's Day.
Intercept an empty cell.
I don't think so, Dweebs, sadly.
But Valentine's
This is a
Day is
really
where all
shit
the scary...
Valentine's Day these people are having.
Yeah.
So yeah, like what Ed just said, we need to intercept one of these cells and get on it and take a ride.
Yeah, and besides, Valentine's Day is when the greatest love story ever told was released into cinemas.
Besides Dweebs, remember this story takes place in the arc of multiple days.
Yeah.
Alright then.
As you can see, these cells are like at the Apple store.
Do you mean the Abrams version of the Starship Enterprise?
I mean the afterlife of the Harry Potter movies.
It reminds me of something really bad.
Like being in prison?
Sure, why not?
Well, yeah, remember she was imprisoned.
Oh,
Alright, now we're finally officially inside the Bastille.
the hopelessness. Like I was never gonna leave.
The lower down they keep you, the more.
I'm sorry, I'm not really a fan of this actress playing Nilin.
How far did I fall?
Hey sis, Nilin, this place has no hold over you anymore.
Alright.
Alright. Basically, again, more stealth sections with the droids, but in this case we actually can see some inmates and their thoughts on it. On this. And there are a bit of some collectibles here and there to get.
So it's pretty much the
Basically,
same as earlier. If you're detected, it's a death.
Yeah, it's into that because they can insta-kill you. There you go. Yeah.
Alright.
She died?
No, she basically, remember, all these people have their memories erased, so they tend to go mad. Alright, to avoid this particular drone, we need to time exactly with his movements, because he has a very short range of movement. Basically, we need to follow him for a while, get inside the cell, like this, there you go, and then move out.
And don't shoot.
And there you go, there's a Scaramach if you are very keen in noticing.
Why did they not pick up? Hey, someone's firing in the jail. Search and destroy.
Collectible logic, Dweebs, I guess.
But you were shooting in a prison.
And remember, the spammer works on a theoretical level, just like your combats.
The security in this jail is worse than the security in most cartoon jails.
Trust me, wait until we see the actual captain of the guards. He's such an incompetent buffoon. Yeah, almost done it. There you go.
In this case, I'm surprised there aren't more successful breakouts.
More news.
What an incredibly stoic newsreader.
Yeah, so stoic, so her mouth isn't even...
Yeah.
This is about as stoic as you can get.
Well, shit.
Alright, thanks again. Moving on.
Wow, it's even repeating the stories.
No, but that was doing it even from before. Even in other occasions it was doing it.
Tech room. Alright, now get an axe and just smash everything.
No, there are only mostly servers here. However, there's a hint for a collectible. And a droid repairing it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see here there's someone abusing one of the inmates. charming.
But of course, this is post-apocalyptic Paris, so no cares.
Yikes, dead. Thanks to my power of editing, I shortened a bit the loading times because, at least on the console version, they tend to drag a bit in some occasions. Thankfully, it's only about widescreen, so it's actually really easy to edit them out and
Now,
shorten them.
if this were me playing this game, on the other hand...
You will die in every occasion, Dweebs, anyway.
I could see myself dying a lot here.
There we go. Now we're supposed to get under those stairs, but if we manage to avoid this drone...
Oh, well.
There we
Try
go.
again.
Oh, fuck. If we manage to avoid that drone, we can actually get the collectible we spied early on.
We managed to avoid droning.
Droning, ha ha ha. You're so funny, Dwibs.
Sorry.
You should be a
Sorry,
comedian.
You don't sound enough like Quinton Flynn.
I can't do much naked. Especially not in this temperature. That's true. You won't be able to enter the hanging mode either.
You know, when the Colonel said you must recover Arsenal, these days, considering the football club Arsenal's relative lack of trophy success...
Hey, at least they're not Swansea right now, okay?
True, or Cardiff City for that matter.
There we go. Now we're about to.
You think that's bad, Dwebs?
Sorry.
My club hasn't scored hasn't spent like 5 games in a row without scoring a single goal. Sorry.
Now we're about to
so
meet
bad
again,
with my team that
Dr.
supporters have been
Quaid
walking
and the prison guard chief.
To the specimens you bring us. I need healthy specimens, not trauma victims.
Yeah, whatever. Just fill out a form.
Bitch.
Basically, yeah, the captain guard is a complete brain dead idiot who only uses muscle and violence. And just wait until what he does now.
Was he scratching his crotch?
That's basically a European, it's a Southern European way to tell someone to go fuck yourself.
So I better not do. So if I ever run into you two, I better not do that around you.
Yeah.
Don't scratch your balls.
Follow him and steal his secrets. It's the only way.
And if I end up in Swansea, I definitely don't want to do that around.
From what I heard, it was actually improvised by the motion capture actor. So.
Yeah, kind of like a lot of Lon's movements in World of Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm. So
Steal
yeah, basically
balls,
now,
right.
we need to KO him and actually get the memories of the codes of various doors of Bastille, so we can get to Madame as fast as we can without alerting too much people.
Are there any instant death spikes in this game?
Aside from the droids, I don't think so. Well, and some bottomless pieces, but not very much else. You do have your health bar and you get damage from combat.
Okay.
Hey, was she the one who was firing those shots earlier? Well, why didn't you sound the alarm, you buffoon?
Again, these guards are complete idiot.
Now imagine the guy telling you he's an idiot is a person.
Again, you can use even the spammer to your advantage. So again, now you have a lot of more powers at your disposal. But in the next part, we'll actually get even 2 more powers that will make things even more easier.
Damn, those camera jerks earlier.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Those camera jerks, they can be a bit disorienting.
I think the problem is that a lot of this, well, actually no. The problem is that the fighting in this particular part of the game happens a lot in tight spaces, so the camera has a bit of trouble moving around.
Yeah.
Did she just do a lion tigress roar?
Yeah,
This is one of those cases where one thing that I actually really like about the camera.
I told you, Dweebs, that the power ups and the power up is tied to basically the strength of the tiger. And now basically we get the memory.
This is for everything you did to me. And that's for everything else I can't even remember.
Well, if you can't remember, how do you even know he deserves it?
Bastille is yours.
She knew he was the responsible.
Shut up, that's why.
What you were saying, Pedro?
I just need someone to blame.
One of the things that I really like about the camera in Final Fantasy 15 is that whenever you're fighting with lots of enemies, or specifically even big enemies, especially in tight spaces, the camera will automatically switch to an overhead perspective to make it much easier for you to see things.
Alright then.
Reminds me a bit of the auto camera in Super Mario Galaxy, where the camera is very cleverly programmed and always shows you exactly what the developers want you to see.
Alright, in the next part we'll keep going to the Bastille and see if we can find Madame. See ya.
See ya, everybody.
See ya.
Yeah.